Welcome everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. We are here for the PsiX Pro Series. It's going to be between Starkiller and PiG. I am going to be your caster Snoopy here, and I'm joined by my co-caster Salavanth.
How you guys doing? I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been following Starkiller since before he was part of PsiX. I've been following PiG for even longer than that. And now I get to see these guys face off. It's going to be a Zerg versus Random, as PiG is a random player, and a best of 9.
Yeah, PiG being the random player is going to be an X factor, as you know. I think even as random players, we have our weakest race and strongest race as well, so that could come into play later on.
Yeah, I think for PiG it would be Zerg is his strongest because he was a former Zerg programmer, followed by Protoss, followed by Terran. At least looking at the MMRs of his individual races on the ladder. But make no mistake, he's a 5800 MMR random player. He is no slouch.
For sure. Alright, looks like...
He recently beat BioIce on stream in TVZ like 2 days ago, so even to his turn,
nice.
Not be counted out.
Alright, looks like they have just gone through their first map vetoes. Or actually, I guess PiG let Starkiller choose the first map.
And Starkiller picked Dreamcatcher, ensuring a very strong ZVP and a decent ZVT if he gets one. So I think it was a very good first map from Starkiller.
Yep.
Taking full advantage.
Alright, here we go, guys. The first game. This is going to be a best of 9 series.
And here we go. In the upper left, spawning as the Teal Zerg, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is Starkiller.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our pink Protoss representing Pigpan. He is none other than PiG.
Alright, so from the very start, PiG spawns as Protoss, which is pretty good for Starkiller considering the map is Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is not an easy map to play a macro PvZ against, so I'm wondering what PiG's going to do. He's going for a fast scout. That might be for... It depends on if he's going to build a forge or a gateway. We just build a gateway. I suppose he could do Haas style forge, but that doesn't really seem like PiG style. I think he's just trying to deny that. Hatchery, which he will do. Starkiller's going for a gas and a pool. 17 gas, 17 pool. So he's either just prepared for this, or he wants to put on some very early aggression.
Yeah, I feel like maybe PiG knows Starkiller's opening. He likes to go for a semi-fast pool, I guess just to defend against like cheeky rushes, like cannon rushes. But looks like finally Starkiller is gonna look to take his expansion here.
Yeah, he's going to have to take it at the third base location. That can be taken advantage of, though it's hardly the end of the game, but you can often snipe a couple of drones with Adepts or Oracles as they move across the map. Just one of the many features of Dreamcatcher, but it's still definitely a Zerg favored map, I think, despite all of that.
Yeah, for sure. And that gold base in the top right can come into play later on, as sometimes Zerg likes to actually take that pretty early on.
It certainly could. I wonder if we'll see Starkiller decide to do that. PiG sees the expansion going up, nothing too unusual, sees that the fast speed's being taken, but no more gas being taken, so Starkiller's not going to get aggressive off of this, most likely. I don't think we're going to see any sort of speedling all in. That doesn't seem like something that would work against someone of PiG's caliber, although of course that might be exactly what Starkiller wants PiG to think, you never know.
Yeah, but I think Dreamcatcher, being that it's natural, is actually pretty small. You know, it's pretty easy to wall off. It's not as common to see rushes these days on Dreamcatcher early on, but looks like the first 2 links of Starkiller will go in and get some good scouting information here.
Oh, and if they see the robo, that's huge, because I think this is a fast robo like that probably means some sort of... Oh my god, he catches the links, and he doesn't see the robo.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of those fast all-ins, maybe an Immortal Sentry all-in or a Charged Lord all-in, because you pretty much always see Stargate as a standard opening. But PiG has decided not to do that, and this has not been scouted by those 2 links that got into the base, which is really big.
Yeah, and PiG rather, went for the fast Stalker, so he is going to be able to deny this Overlord, so that robo is definitely not going to be scouted anytime soon.
He's going to get this Overlord too. Wow, this is just beautiful denying of scouting from PiG. Already showing his skilling the very first game of this. A few speedlings across the map, but there is an adept already in that wall. A shield battery being put up just for good measure, just to make sure this wall will not be breached. And shades the adept to safety.
Yes, currently well defended by PiG so far, but Starkiller with the second Overlord kind of rallying to the Robo. And will he see it in time? I think he will.
He will. He will see the Immortal, so he will see this eventually, but it's going to take him some time to find out. This adept shading out, probably not going to finish. No, it does not. And the adept does, the Overlord does see the will it see the Immortal? Yes, it does. It sees exactly what's going on. So, Starkiller knows. Starkiller knows.
So let's see
And
what
the question is,
Starkiller...
what will he do?
Yeah, exactly. What will he do? How will he defend against this?
I think Ravager Ling is probably the right way to do this. The whole reason this is not seen as much as it was in Heart of the Swarm, especially during Parting's glory days, where literally everyone just died to this all the time, is the Ravager. The Ravager, especially if you can get those Lings to surround and prevent the units from running away from the Corrosive Bile, those Ravagers can just demolish it. So I think that's the kind of style we're going to see. Roach Ling can work, but as any Zerg who's played in Heart of the Swarm knows, it's very tough to hold with Roach Ling.
Yeah, looks
but
like...
back in Heart of the Swarm, that's all you had.
Yeah.
And he's building a fort. Oh, no, he's not. That's a gateway. So he is definitely going, looks like, potentially all in, perhaps just heavy pressure with this. Actually, he's taking a third base, but it could be a fake. He's only going up to 5 gates, so I think this is actually just some pressure, which is disguised as an all-in, hoping to get Starkiller to overreact to this.
Yeah, looks like he actually loaded 2 Immortals into that War Prism, looking to do some attack across the map while taking his dirt at the same time.
It's actually very interesting, because it looked like it was going to be an all-in, but it's actually just pressure with Immortals and a War Prism. Perhaps this could be a response to the map Dreamcatcher, because Roach all-ins are very strong on this map. It's actually how Cyril beat stats in Game 7 of GSL versus the World. It's very difficult to hold those all-ins. And look at this, this actually kind of looks a bit like an Archon drop, but much more devastating than the Roaches. Already gets a few Roaches for free. Good moves by PiG. Starkiller continuing to make Ravager Ling, expecting more aggression to be coming, but it's not. PiG's actually almost caught up with workers, while Starkiller's making nothing but units. But this is Dreamcatcher. This could still be a very devastating counterattack with Ravager Ling. But look at that position, very nice. Even that Stalker going to survive. 2 force fields needed, one would have sufficed, but still. But here come the Ravagers. Getting some harass done on that third base.
Oh, that's actually pretty scary. There's actually no shield battery to help him with this.
And only 1 pylon to warp in as well. Here it comes. Ooh, gets one of his own Lings there. If he gets Corrosive Biles this third, it's just going to go down. This is the power of aggression on Dreamcatcher. It is so hard to hold that third base, and those Immortals were not there to defend.
Oh yeah, but PiG got a lot of sentries. He can force field this army, so he's gotta be Starkiller has to be careful here.
Yeah, I don't think Starkiller should be pushing on forward too much. He's just going to get this pylon. I think he's going to back away. He's taken down the expansion. He's denied that probe again. I think he's done plenty. I think he's just going to keep harassing around this third base location.
Actually,
continue to deny it.
Looks like Starkiller is actually looking to end this as he's making 18 more Lings on the production tab, looking to maybe end this right now.
He's also getting +1 attack though, so he's preparing at least somewhat for a later game. But yeah, it definitely looks like he wants to put on a lot of pressure, prevent this third from going up as long as possible. PiG just decides to take the other third base location. Good move. And he even sends a probe over there, sacrificing it to make Starkiller think PiG still wants to take this third. Those Lings just don't even care about force fields.
Yeah, but the thing is, PiG is actually getting low on force field energy, so this might be Starkiller's chance to break this.
It's also worth noting he's making a lot of Stalkers. Stalkers don't have a huge amount of utility later on in this game. So PiG may want to be putting on some aggression of his own once he's fended this off. Because, yeah, Stalkers, they just melt to Hydras and Lings, basically.
Yeah,
well
basically.
upgraded Lings and Hydras just destroy them.
Oh,
good force field there. Oh, gets hit with some corrosive biles though, but here comes the attack. Zergling coming in, good force fields on those Ravagers, but the Lings are still surrounding and trying to pound everything down. Corrosive Bile's coming in, Pig just barely dodges out of the way. Starkiller coming in from two sides, can he do it? Oh, it's so close, gets out of the way of the Corrosive Biles, but it looks like Pig's actually going to hold, and he takes the lead in supply. This may be his opportunity to come back and counterattack.
Oh no.
Oh, but a good Corrosive Bile really takes the wind out of his sails there, but Pig is going to be moving across the map. Starkiller saving most of those Ravagers, but he needs more Roaches, he needs more Lings, he needs to save those Ravagers. And here comes the Immortal Stalker Sentry Force, a very strong mid-game force from Heart of the Swarm. Will this retro throwback be able to take the game here? More and more Ravagers on the way.
Yeah, looks like Starkiller is going to send a bunch of Lings to the third, try to counterattack.
Yeah, a great counterattack. This third is pretty much almost certainly going to die.
Yeah, but Pig,
the natural is being walled off, and I think Pig's just going to go for it, but there's so many Ravagers here, I don't know if they can, I don't know if he can. He does take out this wall, these rocks. Well, almost. Now he will. And it looks like he wants to push in forward with these Stalkers while they still have that utility. He's getting charged, but he has like no Zealots to actually use that.
Oh, but
here he comes.
The Lings are coming on the back.
Getting a great concave on these Ravagers. There's very little foul, but yes, the Ravagers coming from the back. And with this, that is exactly what I was afraid of happening, and Pig is just going to have his army destroyed, and I think this is going to be game one for Starkiller. Look at that. That is why Ravager Ling is such a strong composition.
Wow.
At least to start with. It does fade off early, it does fade off later on, but you know what else does? Stalkers, both sides going for very early mid-game sort of focused compositions. Not really playing for the later game, and in the end, Starkiller proves to be triumphant in this phase of the game.
That is
at least
insane.
And here come the Lings. The Ravagers are just going to tear this all down, I think. Force fields don't care about the Corrosive Biles. Corrosive Biles don't care about the buildings. Cybernetics core goes down. Here come all these Ravagers. There's more Ravagers than there are probes practically at this point. And Starkiller is going to take game number one.
GG, well played.
And it was both those things. Pig with some good ideas, but PvZ and Dreamcatcher always tough, and Starkiller just with a great defense. Defending properly, putting pressure on that third base, stopping it from ever really going up, and then using that Ling flank on the Stalker ball to ensure that Pig couldn't win the game with his last minute attack.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty impressive how Starkiller suddenly turned that game around, because he was in the pretty big trouble when Pig was about to counterattack, but those Ling counterattack was just, I think, money.
Yeah, that was a nail in the coffin.
I mean, remember, Starkiller did not have a fourth base. He did not have a lot of drones. They were pretty much even in drones, in workers. So he definitely needed to make that count, which he did. So yeah, it looks like Starkiller will go up 1-0 so far in this best of 9 series.
Absolutely true, and yeah, if this is what the whole series is going to look like, I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, we'll see which map Pigs chooses as his next map.
Must be difficult to pick maps as a random player.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, we all have our favorite and least favorite maps in the ladder map pool, but still tough, I think. Oh, looks like it will be on Lost and Found.
Yeah, I've certainly got my favorites, but what my favorite maps are tend to change on the race as well. When I race Zerg, I like different maps. In fact, I tend to like the exact opposite maps as I like as Protoss.
Yeah, that's true.
Love Dreamcatcher as a Zerg. My favorite map. So many ways to attack. With Protoss, it's just so many ways you have to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Completely opposite priorities. So Pig chooses Lost and Found. Pretty standard map for game number 2. Been in the pool for a long time. Got a lot of ways for a lot of races to abuse that.
Yeah.
Protoss can cannon rush. Zerg can hide lurkers at that area near the third base. Terran can do the same thing with tanks.
We might even see, proxies as a Terran.
He certainly could. It does seem to be the meta these days.
I know, right? It's as a Protoss player, man, it's annoying because they don't really, Terran players doesn't really lose much if they proxy,
Oh yeah. Every game on ladder, I see the opponent puts their first barracks in their base and they've got one gas. I'm like, huh, you're kind of playing a little odd, aren't you?
Oh, how the meta has changed.
It sure has. It sure has. Fortunately, since I opened Robo, it doesn't really affect me too much. But that's PvT, and we're talking about something versus Z at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, Starkiller is joining the game.
I feel like it's going to be a guessing game each game to see which race Pig spawns as. It's like, guess your lottery numbers.
Yeah, and interesting. Pig, who always reveals his race on ladder, has decided not to do it here. Playing for keeps this time around. I'm not surprised. The prize pool's at like $100 at this point.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and... Actually, I'm curious about what the prize pool is at so far.
It's quite a hefty chunk of change. I think it was like $102 or so when I used my code. Speaking of which, there is a coupon that you can use. PsiX Pro Series, SK vs Pig.
Yeah, if you go to the Wikipedia page, click on PsiX Pro Series, click on the thread. The first comment has the Match Reno link and the code as well. So you can go head on over there and donate to the prize pool, 50 cents for free.
About 60 seconds to support one of your favorite players.
Alright, looks like currently the prize pool is at $106.15.
Whew.
Yeah, so basically, winner gets 70% of the cut, losers get 30%. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, decent chunk of change for a couple hours work. If you win, of course. And that couple of hours work, you know, belies the thousands of hours to both spend on this game to get this good in the first place.
Yeah.
Here we go. In the upper right, spawning as the pink Terran player, it is Pig.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our Teal Zerg. It is none other than Starkiller.
So this will be interesting. TVZ. Terran is typically Pig's weakest race, but then again, remember, he did beat BioIce just a couple of days ago, so we can absolutely play against these strong North American Zerg players.
Yeah, I love TVZs. Ironically, you know, even though I'm a Protoss player, it is my favorite matchup to watch just because there's so many action throughout the whole game.
Oh yeah, there's always something happening in a TVZ past the first, like, 2 or 3 minutes. Constant multitasking, clearing up the creep, dropping, harassing, even harassing on both sides these days. It used to be the Zerg just defended, but not anymore. The attempts at the surrounds, it's great. So let's see what Pig decides to do. He is playing it a little unusual, but making his barracks inside of his main base. Deciding to mix it up.
Yeah, but it looks like Starkiller is going for a pretty fast pull himself, so he's kind of opening the same way as last game, with a faster pull and gas before the hatch.
He certainly does like that kind of opening.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it works for him.
Yeah, and it does keep him safe against those sort of cheesy shenanigans that have been so common these days.
Ah, yeah, and that's true.
Starkiller knows what he's doing here, sir. I would expect a pretty standard series out of these two, just because Starkiller's general opening is so strong against Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Alright, first Reaper on the way for Pig. We'll come across the map. One thing about this map is that there actually is a lot of surface area on the cliff. So a lot of space for the Reaper to jump in and out and get a lot of scouting, and also maybe get some few drones here and there.
Yeah, definitely. Reaper is quite a nuisance on Lost and Found, but that third base will go up before the Reaper gets there. Reaper can't do anything to deny that.
That is a pretty fast one there.
But there is a drone there, but the Reaper doesn't go after it. They may not see it. And the Queen is there to protect.
But the two lanes coming across the map will delay these command center from being put down.
Oh, that's really good, indeed. And will it get a scout off? It will. It will see the factory. It will see the reactor. It sees everything.
Yeah,
Meantime,
nice.
the Reaper does some grenading, and he's going to get one of the drones, actually. Oh, not quite. Very good reaction by Starkiller. Almost loses that drone, but not quite. But does lose one in the end. Queen is not yet done. That Reaper's getting some serious damage done on the other side of the map. forces a couple of spores, kills a drone. Will it kill a second one, actually? It could go after this red drone and get it, and
Oh,
it will.
does.
Ooh, we see 3 drones. Oh, man. And that's sometimes the problem with a build like this, in that you don't have as many queens as fast. And the queens are not always in the right position. So 2 drones, a bunch of lost mining time. Great Reaper from Pig. But now can he get away from the speedlings? It looks like he will. Great opening.
Yeah, I mean, that Reaper deserved a salary raise from all the damage he did. But
That's for sure.
I think it will get down. Oh, actually, the Lings are just going across, not actually focusing on the Reaper, which might be a mistake
Yep,
there.
there are 2 Hellions out, so I think they'll be fine. And in the meantime, we are going to see Hellion Banshee as Pig's opening of choice. Will he get Cloak? That's the question. I think he will. He's got enough gas, but he's going to go for a Viking first.
Yeah, going for that poke Viking, trying to clear up Overlords, and then maybe later on, use the Medevacs to do some drops.
Yep, seems like the likely way to go. Just a fairly standard build at this point from really both sides. Roach Warren going up from Starkiller. This Overlord will scout what's going on, and then will be killed off. He's probably going to get stimmed pretty quickly with that Tech Lab barracks.
Yep. Alright.
And we see the 3rd command center on the way.
Ooh, that's pretty scary. But decides to back out. I think Pig is going for that. Oh, yeah, actually he's going for a Liberator.
And 2 Cyclones.
Huh.
We're going to see some pretty heavy pressure out of Pig, it looks like, with that Liberator and those Cyclones trying to test the multitasking of Starkiller. One Hellion does lose some health, but does not die, and a lot of these Lings are starting to get picked off. And if a lot of these Lings get picked off, oh, good micro from Pig, keeps that Hellion alive. If a lot of these Lings get picked off, this Hellion Cyclone attack could be pretty nasty. And actually, there's nothing to defend these drones right now. And they're going to start getting completely roasted. Hellions moving, avoiding getting surface area to the Lings. The drones are starting to line up. They are splitting a little bit. There's not a ton that can be done. 6, 7 drones go down, and most of these Hellions are going to get out. 2 Hellions for 7 drones. That's a trade Pig will make all day, every day. And he's even getting an armory for Hellbats.
Oh, wow.
So I think we're going to see a Hellbat Cyclone follow-up attack to this with a Liberator to try and tear Starkiller's attention away. But actually, we'll lose 2 Hellions. That's not what you want. Actually, there's a lot of Lings here. The Cyclone's forced to stop.
Nice positioning there by the Cyclones.
Yeah, Starkiller knows what's up now, but it's 42 workers from Pig to 43 from Starkiller. That's a really great economic position. 3rd base already on the way from Pig. Orbital Command already morphing. Pig seems to have taken a bit of a lead in this game. Not a huge lead. Certainly game's not over, but a bit of a lead.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, drone count and SCV count is pretty much the same, which is not where you want to be.
Oh, these roaches are moving across the map. Starkiller was trying to attack with them, but I think he's mis-rallied them.
No.
He's going to lose 3 roaches basically for free at this point. That's not what you want.
That's unfortunate. At this point, you want every unit.
Both sides, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
In this case, the aggression kind of cancels each other out.
Yeah.
Is that what we say?
Nothing much. Looks like Starkiller is drawing back up, but again, like you said, that attack, that Hellbat Cyclone push could be pretty scary if Pig decides to do so, but I think he's just gonna go ahead and just macro up, get his 3rd established, secure it, and then just go on from there.
Oh yeah, he was going to go for the attack, but then he saw all those speedlings. He's like, you know what, I've done enough economic damage just by forcing the Zerg to make all of these Lings. I'm good, I don't need to actually move out.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is pretty interesting. I think, with the Cyclone opening, with the Hellion opening, he might have confused Starkiller with Mech, but actually he's transitioning into Bio here.
That's actually a really good point. Starkiller's still making a lot of roaches, so either he wants to get very aggressive with this, or he thinks he's playing against Mech. Like you said, Hellbats and Cyclones, that definitely does say Mech.
Yeah.
And Hellion Banshee can transition to either one. This could be a very good fake out.
Yeah, Starkiller didn't see anything in his base besides the first initial building, so he does not know that this is actually,
Yeah, you're right, but it looks like Pig is going to move out with this motley crew. Marines and Hellbats and a couple of Cyclones. But that's not really a good move. Starkiller has a lot of units prepared. Pig actually has the economic lead.
Oh.
But actually, if Pig catches some of these units alone, that could be a good move. But Pig's just deciding to back off.
Oh.
And Pig has to... Oh, he's caught within a rock in a hard place, but Medivacs can fly. I forgot about that. And here it comes. The Roaches and Ravagers are flying on in. A lot of SCVs being pulled for repairs. I'm starting to think that moving out against Starkiller is never a good idea because Starkiller is always about to attack you. Here come the Ravagers. Corrosive Biles just miss. PiG preparing to defend, but looks like Starkiller is backing away. Getting roach speed, getting double evo. So this is actually, he actually had not taken any upgrades before this, so he's going to be very behind in upgrades. 2-2 already on the way for PiG, so Starkiller is kind of on a bit of a clock. He needs to get damage done with his Roach Ravager, and he needs to get damage done with it now. And PiG knows this. He's got 3 tanks now. The window is closing for Starkiller. He does have a massive supply lead right now because of how supply efficient those Roaches are. But here it comes. The tanks just starting to get into range. Good Corrosive Biles. This tank spread is excellent, but the Corrosive Biles, are they going to hit? No. And PiG actually charges on in, and this is actually a great defense from PiG. Oh my goodness. And oh wow, Starkiller's attack is just completely slapped down.
Yeah, really well held there by PiG. Even pulling the SCVs, which he could actually afford because he's actually ahead, or I guess somewhat ahead in the workers, as he does pretty much even, but you also have to count the mules as well. And
Starkiller
here we go.
is pruning up now,
These Roaches and Ravagers get cut off.
Oh my
no.
goodness.
Oh, but turns into a nice flank there by Starkiller.
Yeah, maybe not quite the right time to move out, but still a good trade from PiG. Not as good as perhaps he could have gotten had he waited another minute or two, but a good one nevertheless. Starkiller overextending into these tanks. Doesn't even lose one. PiG doesn't even lose one. Oh, good Corrosive Bile. Sends those Marines back. But the Marines are still going to chase, and those Ravagers, I think, might be forfeit. And if PiG hits a 2-2 timing, at exactly the right moment, he will be 4 upgrades ahead.
Oh, that is huge.
It's only going to be for about 20 seconds, and then it'll be only quote-unquote 2 upgrades ahead again. But PiG's got a chance to really put on some serious pressure and maybe win this game straight up. But it looks like he's not going to go for it. He's going to go for a drop instead, and he's just going to probably get that 3-3 and hit with that. Hopefully before 2-2 finishes for Starkiller. 4th base on the way for PiG. 4th already done for Starkiller, no 5th base on the way. Still going for that Roach Ravager, which is not really a composition that scales well. So I think Starkiller's going to go for a 1-1 Roach attack. And that's going to be his, essentially, best play to try and win this game. PiG is moving out again, and Starkiller is already in a good position for this. He's just moving straight for the natural. He's going for the throat. What's PiG going to do?
Oh, will he turn back?
Will he turn around?
Oh, no, it looks like he's going for it. Maybe. Yep, he's going for it.
Yeah, a bit indecisive, but he decides in the end, I'm going to go for it. This is going to be a base trade.
This is probably the best call for
to shoot these buildings out of the sky, but he needs to start lifting his buildings.
Oh,
he's gonna try and attack the Ravagers and slow them down. Oh, with these bio, actually, he takes out a lot of these Ravagers that get stuck on their own. He's gonna basically, I think he's just gonna try and snipe as many Ravagers as he can, which is a good move because then the air, he's basically got no opportunity to attack the air. Meanwhile, an attack takes out the natural from PiG. PiG's army definitely seems to be, well, they're the same size right now, but PiG's army's quality is much better. PiG's actually attacking the eggs, though. He can't be doing that. Needs to get some units across to that main base. Needs to start harassing all those different locations. Meanwhile, if you take a look at Starkiller's army, it's basically just been eradicated. PiG is actually held on his side of the map.
Yeah, pretty much.
25 workers left, but he has held, and actually, is Starkiller going to hold? Is this game actually going to go on?
No, I think PiG just barely eked it out, yeah.
56 army supply to 6. I think PiG wins this one. Wow, what a crazy, crazy game. Starkiller is such an aggressive Zerg. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. But looks like PiG just had better defense in the beginning, so...
Yeah, PiG was just able to hold and weather the storm and get a strong army of Marine, Marauder, and Tank compared to just the Roach Ravager of Starkiller, which is really great early on, but doesn't really scale well once PiG's army starts to get like 140 or so supply, plus those upgrades. Yeah. The upgrades really were what won PiG that game. And... two of these bases are under serious threat. This 4th is going to go down. Starkiller, well, his economy is essentially actually about the same as PiG's right now, but PiG has 4 orbital commands. 3 orbital commands and planetary fortress. 4 command centers versus 2 hatcheries. Never where you want to be as a Zerg player. Yeah. Good micro from PiG. He's going to take out these Roaches, and I think we're going to see a GG pretty shortly. PiG has the army lead. He doesn't have the economy lead technically, but he will very shortly if he decides to start making SCVs again. but he doesn't have to. He has the better army. He knows that he's going to go for the throat. Going to go for this third base, which is the last real bastion of hope for Starkiller. Starkiller making 5 ravages at a time. Oh, making 5 ravages to try and defend.
All right, looks like might be the finishing blow here.
More and more units rallying across the map. Here it comes. Pig just dives in. He doesn't care about those corrosive vials. He's just going to charge, and he's going to take out one of these roaches immediately. So much damage on this stim bio, and everything is just going to melt. Good dodge on the corrosive vials from Pig, and that's going to be it. GG, and we are going to see the series tied up with Pig's seemingly worst race as well.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
But he really is good with all of them, as we've just seen.
Alrighty.
Crazy games so far.
Yeah, very back and forth.
Everything I'd hoped for a match between these two.
Certainly living up to the hype.
Definitely. So we'll have to see what Starkiller wants to pick for the next map.
Let's see. We just played on Lost and Found, and we played on Dreamcatcher. What possibly do you think Starkiller's next map will be?
Normally I'd say Parasite, but Starkiller seems to be the kind of aggressive Zerg who doesn't like that, so I think he's going to pick Fracture.
Yeah, Fracture might be a good one.
It's a very good map for Starkiller's kind of aggressive, in-your-face style, I think.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, I guess, wide open areas that the Zerg can kind of maybe get surrounded as well.
Yeah. Starkiller doesn't seem like the sort of multitask you to death player. He just seems like the kind of player to just have a lot of units and throw them at you and micro them well and win that way. And I think Fracture is very good for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Dreamcatcher, it's not easy to hold on to that third. The third is a little more easily defended, but the rush distance is so short on Fracture. It's shorter than an Abiogenesis by 1 second.
Oh wow, you got that calculated.
I saw it on Team Liquid.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's like 31 seconds for Fracture or something. It's like 34 for Blue Shift, and it's the second shortest map in the pool, something like that. So Fracture is much shorter than all the other ones. I really like the Fracture design. Essentially, they looked at Abiogenesis and they said, alright, we can't make any more maps this small, or so we'll just beat Protoss every time. So what do? They make Fracture's main map, natural ramp, smaller, so you can actually wall off with 2 buildings instead of 1. No, instead of 3, and thus you can actually survive those Zergling rushes as Protoss. But they can make small maps.
Oh, nice.
That's why Fracture's ramp is smaller. Well, not ramp, it's not really a ramp, but natural gap leading into the natural is smaller than the others. And it allows for a bit more opening up of design space in the maps.
Alright, looks like Starkiller will be choosing Cerulean Falls.
Interesting map to pick.
Yeah.
Cerulean Falls is difficult to wall off as Protoss. But I'm sure Pig knows how to do it. He's much better than me. And Cerulean Falls is an interesting map in that it seems reasonably easy to take 3 bases, but taking 4 can often be quite a challenge. There's that very open 4th base, or you can try and take one in the corner, but that's even harder to defend.
Yeah.
So we might see more of a macro game from these two this time around.
Might be. We shall see in just a
See,
second.
although I've quite been liking these these matches so far. They've been very fast and decisive and using some compositions we don't see a lot. Ravager Ling in ZVP and Roach Ravager in
Yeah, even that
Starkiller marches to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah, even Pig with the Cyclone opening as well. That was not
It
common.
was really clever. In the bottom left, taking the first game, but getting knocked down in game 2, looking to take a lead in this series. It is the Teal Zerg. It is Starkiller.
And spawning at the top right, we have the Pink Zerg representing Pigpan. It is Pig.
Alright, so we are going to see a ZVZ this time around. We've seen one of each game this time.
Nice.
Pig Zerg, very strong. About as strong as his Protoss, but maybe a little stronger. He used to be a professional gamer as a Zerg. One of Australia's top players a few years ago. I mean, he still is one of Australia's top players now, which is crazy considering he doesn't even compete. He just streams all the time.
Yeah,
if he would actually enter the WCS qualifiers, he would have an outside chance of qualifying. At the very least, I'd say he'd probably finish like top 4. Both sides going hatch first. Starkiller not going for the drone scout, relying on his early game, essentially reactions. Normally you don't see a drone scout from Zerg, but sometimes you do see it against random players.
Mm-hmm.
But Starkiller electing not to do that, just trusting in his own judgment. Plus, with the way he normally opens, he does sort of discourage cheese. So I actually wonder if this is sort of an anti-random kind of play. To be like, alright, if you're going to go for some sort of early game cheese, I'm just going to hold it no matter what because I'm going for this fast pull. And he didn't do it this game, but he showed it the last 2 games to indicate that he probably would do it again. So knowing that Pig wouldn't go for any sort of early aggression of really any of his races.
I like it. It's changing it up.
Yeah. I wonder if this is just how he opens ZVZ or if he's going to mix it up. I don't think we're going to see the same build twice in this series, considering that we've got 3 different matchups and Starkiller seems like a pretty versatile and unusual player.
Yeah,
I'm going to see a lot of different styles out of it.
Yeah, in the best of 9 series, you definitely gotta add some diversity into your playstyles and your builds as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not even really a best of 9. It's really more like 3 best of 3s in terms of the builds you can use.
Oh yeah, that's true, because he's random.
He's going to keep changing up his race. That's the whole point. I don't think we're going to see the same style twice because it's not like there's going to be 9 different builds that he needs for against the one race. He needs a couple for each matchup. So both sides just building themselves up. The first sort of major decision point is, do you want to take that 3rd base and go Ling Bane, or do you want to stay on 2 bases for a while longer and tech up into Roaches instead and wall yourself off? Pig decides to go for the Baneling nest, not too surprising considering he's the guy who literally wrote the book on how to do Baneling ZVZ, literally. He made a YouTube video. It's actually really, really good. I highly recommend it to any lower level Zergs out there. Single-handedly shifted my ZVZ game around when I played Zerg.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I think.
And Starkiller is going to go for the Evo Chamber, so it looks like, and the Lair, so it looks like he's going to go for the Roach Warren next.
Oh, yep, there we go.
And we will be seeing that classic asymmetry of ZVZ. The faster 3rd, the Ling Bane tech, versus the Roach tech. Starkiller can Pig can either leverage that 3rd base, just have more lava and more workers and such early on, or he can try and break this down. But I think he's just going to try and leverage it and go into the Roaches a little bit later.
Yeah, actually, this is the same build that I think he plays against Terran as well. He taught it to our very own Sunlily, and Sunlily taught it to me, so I know exactly what he's going for. He's gonna go for the roach speed as well as +1, and then make a timing attack towards the Zerg.
Neat. A lot of PsiX Protoss dabbling around with Zerg.
Yeah.
Gotta dish out some payback, you know. When I play Zerg, I'm just the dickiest Zerg out there. Suddenly strats like the borrowed Zerling at the 3rd. Love it.
Oh, looks like Pig is going for his own very own Roach Warren. Also got the Baneling nest.
Yeah, he's trying to get a bit of a scouting, and it looks like he will get in there and see what's going on. Nice scout, nice scout. Sees the lair. May get a drone or 2. And so, like you said, Starkiller's probably going to go for a timing attack here with all these Roaches. +1 is going to be a little bit behind for Pig, and Roach Speed is going to be way behind. So how do you think Pig would try and hold this kind of build? You're the one who knows the build?
Well, he's going to definitely defend his advantage. But also, he's not going to be able to make a lot of drones from that dirt hash. He will have a bit of larva, but again, he cannot spend it on drones. He's got to make it on army, all army, and then if he holds, he'll be on 3 hatch versus 2, which is pretty nice for him.
Well, Starkiller is taking a 3rd hatch, though it is a lot later than Pig's, and a lot later than normally take it, and it looks like just making all Roaches is exactly what Pig is doing. So it looks like he is adhering to that advice, but I don't think Starkiller actually wants to go for this timing attack. Roach Speed and +1 are now done. I think he's going to go straight into +2 and maybe hit a timing attack with that.
Yeah, I think, after scouting and stuff, I think he's going to go for that +2 timing instead. You could go for the +1 timing, but if things doesn't work out, then you can definitely transition to a +2 timing.
Alright, Pig making a few more workers. Not getting too many more workers, but he is leveraging his advantage little by little, that 3rd hatch that he has. It looks like Starkiller does want to go at least put on some pressure, which he can do pretty much without any repercussions as long as Roach Speed is not yet finished for Pig. Because he can always disengage from any fight he doesn't like.
Yeah, looks like a bit of Ravagers coming out for Pig. We'll add some firepower there.
And while putting some creep down with an Overlord, that's really clever, just to allow him to shift positions a little bit easier against these faster roaches of Starkiller. Really nice move here.
Yeah.
Starkiller moves around, but Pig is ready. Oh,
Gotta be careful there.
yeah, Starkiller almost gets hit by that bar, but not quite. Pig extending just a little bit too far out, but it looks like his roach speed is now done, so he can now move out on the map. Good defense by Pig, even with these slower roaches. Starkiller takes a bit of an economic lead now, and Pig steals it right back. Such an even game right now, except for the +2. The +2 is way ahead for Starkiller, which is very good for him.
Pig just starting his +2, so that's definitely going to be really late.
Yeah, Pig is looking like he wants to get a bit of harassment done with these roaches. And interestingly enough, Starkiller actually took Burrow earlier on without taking Tunneling Claws, just Burrow.
Oh, I guess he just wanted to use it to heal his roaches.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it at the time, but he definitely did that. And the 4 Ravager hit squad going around, denying map vision from Starkiller, denying map vision from Pig. This is the kind of thing that just happens at this stage of the game. The Ravagers kill all these Overlords.
Basically.
Pig making 8 Overlords, does not want to get supply block again. And Pig will go into Hydras. That is his tech of choice, but a +2 timing coming out from Starkiller could be very, very devastating. Pig throwing some corrosive balls down, trying to slow Starkiller down, buy time for his own Hydras, buy time for his +2. I don't think there's going to be enough time for either of them. Pig needs to get into a good position, a good concave if he wants to hold this with the upgrade lead for Starkiller. And the Ravagers trying to zone Pig out, trying to zone him out of that concave, but Pig will not give that position up.
Oh,
and Starkiller goes around, Pig moving to defend.
Oh, but in the meantime, there are 4 roaches across the map doing some harass.
Oh, that's a good point. 5 drones do go down. Continuing to exchange corrosive biles are Starkiller and Pig. Pig's +2 is still just a little bit away, and Pig is actually the one to take the fight to Starkiller. These bushes getting in the way of him. But both sides still even on supply. Pig does have the worker lead, does have the upgrade on the way, so any time he can buy is good for him, and he seems to be taking good trades. Once that +2 is done, I think the battle will shift back into Pig's favor, but it looks like the battle might happen before that, and they both just keep using their corrosive biles and backing away, but Pig's concave is just so great.
Yeah, so good.
He's using that defender's positioning perfectly. And in the meantime, actually, a few roaches do get caught out of position. One roach will go down. And Pig's +2 is going to finish. He's going for the Lurker Den. Wow, he actually holds that timing without any damage getting done from Starkiller. That's just beautifully done. In the meantime, our Starkiller is back up to 55 drones now. He was at 48 for a while. Overseer keeping an eye on... Oh, actually, a missed rally from Starkiller will lose quite a few units. Corrosive biles go down, force Pig back, but every advantage Pig can get is good for him. And Pig's starting to get a bit of a bank as well. Both sides getting +1 carapace at about the same time. The upgrade lead for Starkiller has disappeared.
Oh, but Pig is transitioning to Hydralisk, so Starkiller needs to get some damage done with these roaches.
Yeah, or tech up himself. Those lurkers are dangerous, and Pig actually with a bit of a miss-micro move commanding for just a tiny bit, and Starkiller takes his chance to strike, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty even trade all in all, and Pig is actually going to charge in. Pig doing a bit of a good fighting retreat, and is actually going to take a slight advantage in this fight. But both sides making roaches. Pig's making upgrades for his Hydras, but he doesn't really have the latitude to transfer into them right now. He needs to buy some more space, some more time to be able to use this tech. Pig, in the meantime, going for a bit of harass on this 4th base, but there aren't any drones at that 4th base just yet.
Alright, those Hydras being pumped out now. Lurkers on the way. It's going to be pretty scary for Starkiller as the game goes on here.
Yeah, definitely. Starkiller does not have any further tech. He doesn't have an upgrade lead anymore. He's relying purely on that Roach Ravager. So the question is, can he do it?
Yeah. Oh, actually, he doesn't even have Burrow or Ravager Burrow's movement, so he can't even
with
harass
some more
with
roaches, getting some harass done, but Starkiller more than up to the challenge of fending that off. But both sides fighting on 2 fronts, and it looks like actually Starkiller loses a few roaches here that moves a little too far forward. Pig does have the supply disadvantage now, but that's understandable considering he's going into those Hydralisks and those Lurkers. He will have a much higher quality army. Once he maxes out, Starkiller will be in some serious trouble, and Pig is almost maxed out now.
4 Lurkers on the way.
Here come the Lurkers. But here it goes. Starkiller is going to make an attack now. But Lurker spines are spotted by Starkiller. He knows what's up.
Ooh, take a corrosive bow there.
Ooh, more corrosive balls actually being
wow.
taken. And Pig's going to try for the surround, but he's actually got that a little bit off. And Starkiller does start to take an advantage. Lurkers get some very strong shots in, but that fifth base is going to go down. In the meantime, we do have an attack on the bottom side by Pig, but that will be cleaned up by Starkiller, and Starkiller's going to go straight for the third base. Starkiller's actually taking a serious supply advantage, but these Lurkers are going to trap these roaches, force them away, but this third base is going to go down for Pig, and actually Starkiller, unbelievable, maneuvers around these slower Lurkers and Hydras to defeat a superior fighting force.
Yeah, that was some really beautiful maneuvering around the Lurkers. Awesome job
11
by
drones
Starkiller.
down from Pig, but there's been some damage on the other side of the map as well. Both sides are pretty economically even, but if you look at the army supply, suddenly Pig has a higher supply. I mean, Starkiller has a higher supply all of a sudden. But I don't know about this fight. Oh, a lot of corrosive bars actually go down and will take it down. In the meantime, Starkiller attacking the fourth, and there's Lurkers here. Actually, Pig wins on both fronts here. But Starkiller trying to open up a third front, moving some roaches into the main base of Pig. Pig will be forced to defend. But a Lurker at the fourth base of Starkiller, preventing any mining from getting done over there.
So a bunch of
action all over the map. I cannot keep up.
I know, right?
4 drones already going down. 6 drones actually going down for Pig. 4 for Starkiller. Attacks at both Lurkers at 2 bases of Starkiller. One will get cleaned up. The second one will get cleaned up shortly, I imagine. Oh, there's just like 4 attacks going on at once. Both these players going all out to try and beat the other. Skirmish going on between Pig and Starkiller outside Pig's 4th base. Pig's still behind about 30 supply, but still with a superior army in terms of technology. Will kill a couple of roaches as they're forced to retreat. And gets a double on those overlords. 2 for the price of 1 with those corrosive vials. But Starkiller has the economic lead. He's got 56 workers to 44. He has more bases.
Yeah, but Pig has a stronger army, so you got to be careful here.
Yeah, it's just a really close battle all in all, but two of those Lurkers actually go down. It looks like Starkiller might be starting to take the advantage. There's only that 1 Lurker, and as strong as Lurkers are, 1 Lurker doesn't actually do a whole lot. Starkiller is charging forward, and Pig does not have the army and the economy to remake this stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, corrosive balls go down, get a lot of roaches. Good corrosive balls there, gets another one. More Ravagers on the way just in time, but will this be enough? Starkiller charging forward with a 30 supply lead. He's been keeping his 30 supply lead for so long. This is finally when it pays off now. The Hydras and the Lurkers are gone. Corrosive Bales come on down. So much of this army is so low as Pig desperately tries to survive.
Oh, but he does have the high ground now. But I think
it looks like he is going to hold once again. But again, that 10 drone lead for Pig, but again he's done some damage on the other side of the map, which we were unable to catch due to the speed, but more roaches coming in, and this base is defenseless.
Oh, wow. Oh no, he's just moving.
Starkiller's actually microing. Pig has the time to get away. Oh my god, this game is so fierce on both sides that both sides are just making mistakes left and right because they physically cannot keep up with the pace of the game. This is not because the players are bad, this is because the game is so fast. Base goes down. Going after another. As a Pig tries to come back to defend, tries to sandwich these roaches in a flank. Queen is like, oh, actually these roaches will get caught out, but they will again have an escape route. It's now 4 bases to 4.
Oh no! Miss rally there.
Oh my god, oh my goodness, that could be just exactly what Pig needs. He's been down 20 supply this whole time, and now he's only down 10 supply, and he still has the better tech. But actually, he really doesn't have that tech in his army. He's got 1,500 gas, but not enough minerals to spend it. It's just Roach Ravager against Roach Ravager. It's 2-1 against 2-1. This game is so close. It's 15 minutes in, and no side has been maxed for the last 5.
Oh
more and more drones going down. 9 drones, 10 drones killed by Starkiller, and he's looking like he's gonna want to try and take this base as well.
Oh, this is gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it.
Yeah, he will get it.
At what cost? He's going to lose so many of these roaches in doing so. Oh, man. 13 more roaches on the way for Pig. But Pig is down to 30 drones.
Oh, man.
He needs more, he needs to be able to spend his gas somehow, but he doesn't have the minerals to do it. Pig needs to counterattack. More and more Ravagers on the way from Starkiller, but can Pig get this counterattack going?
I'm not sure. I mean, Starkiller has a bigger army supply, and he's got Defender's advantage. And here we go. The roaches Come forward.
Corrosive Biles do miss. Starkiller's charging in. More and more units coming in from PiG. PiG didn't have his whole army in the fight. Dodging some of these Corrosive Biles, some of these Ravagers at the front. Starkiller's going to take advantage of that. Starkiller with a 30 supply lead again. But suddenly that changes. More a flank from behind, but that actually goes against Starkiller's way as all these roaches are going to get taken out without much in return. But again, Starkiller's just buying time. He has the higher economy.
Oh, but nice position by PiG. But Starkiller get on top of the other Roach army.
A couple of Roaches do start to flank. PiG forced to retreat, attacking some of these Roaches as he does. But now 40 supply lead for Starkiller. I think Starkiller is finally starting to do it. I think he's breaking through.
Yeah, PiG needed to get some damage done with that attack, but did not get enough as he wanted. And now PiG sitting really comfortably, 136 supply to 85.
Yeah, and Starkiller's making more and more Roaches. He's got half again as many workers. He's going after this 5th base. PiG needs this 5th, but he's not going to get it. And PiG is just attacking some of the reinforcements of Starkiller. Cannot take on the main army anymore. So many drones are going to go down. I think this may be the killing blow for Starkiller after so much back and forth, so many exchanges. Starkiller is finally going to take the upper hand. 15 workers left for PiG. Almost double the supply for Starkiller. I think Starkiller has finally done it and broken through. He's going to go for one final attack. And even if he cleans up this army though, at what cost? Starkiller moving up using PiG's own ramp against him. PiG tries to fight. Starkiller just goes up into the main base. And these extra drones, extra Roaches and Ravagers from Starkiller are going to take out this 5th base. Starkiller may lose this army, but in the meantime, PiG's going to lose everything else.
Yep.
GG, well played. Oh
wow.
God, what a game.
Whew. What a game.
I have mad respect for the observers who watch these WCS games. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, gotta try to keep up with every movement across the map.
I mean, this is a challenger tier match in its own right, but still. Amazing how good it is. But look at that APM, 347 to 349. And I don't think they wasted much of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell they were microing their hearts out.
Fighting on like 2 or 3 fronts at once. At one point, you had like 4 battles going on at once. It was insane.
Yeah.
Not quite battles, but 2 lurkers harassing bases, 2 Roach Ravager battles happening at once. Wow. So we've seen a PvZ, TvZ, and the CvZ so far. Starkiller up 2-1, but they've all been very close games.
Yeah, I think even all the games before, like both players had chances to win throughout the whole game.
Oh, absolutely. Things have gone a little bit different. Could easily be a 3-0 for one of these players.
Yeah, 100%.
Either one of
agree.
them. And that's a great series. That's a sign of a great series, that they turn on these little things.
And they very back and forth too.
It's PiG's map pick now. Let's see what he wants to go for.
I think Acid Plant, Fracture, Parasite, LE, and what's the last map? Blue Shift will be the remaining maps.
Remaining. And if we go to game 8 and 9, which I do hope we do, the entire map pool opens up again.
Starkiller trolling us, telling us he wants to play on Overgrowth.
Isn't that map just always in the map pool as a special option? I mean, Overgrowth. I wonder what map has been in the map pool the longest over the course of StarCraft 2's history.
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure.
Someone should tell us that in the chat.
There's been so many maps throughout the course of StarCraft 2 that it's hard to keep up, actually.
I think Overgrowth may very well be it.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, I guess PiG doesn't really... Okay, looks like we'll be right back as PiG needs to go to the bathroom.
Yep, PiG's... In that case, I might take the opportunity to grab some water and go to the bathroom myself.
All right,
you know,
sure.
continue the vicious cycle. Be right back.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in so far. We shall get started pretty soon as PiG gets back from his bathroom break. Fracture actually will be our next map. Again, this is a best of 9 series. Currently 2-1 is the score in favor of Starkiller. And by the way, we have a Matcherino page set up for this. If you haven't done so, you can head over there. The Matcherino has a coupon code that you can donate 50 cents for free. If you go to the Team Liquid page and you click on the PsiX Pro Series thread page, the first comment should have the Matcherino link and the coupon code. I'm sure both players will appreciate any contributions that you do or you make for the tournament and for the event. All right, I'm actually pretty curious to see what race PiG spawns at. Starkiller plays Zerg, of course, but PiG looks like he's pretty good on all 3 races, so I'm sure whichever race he spawns at, he'll be fine. But Fracture LE, I think it's a pretty good Zerg map, so maybe PiG would like it to. I mean, his strongest race is Zerg, of course, but I'm sure he'll be fine with playing any race. Oh, looks like PiG is back. And we're just waiting for Salamat to come back.
And I'm back.
All right, nice. We got our next map, Fracture LE. Both players are ready, and here we go. Game 4.
A fracture. This could be short and sweet, especially given Starkiller's aggressive reputation.
For sure. We shall see in a moment here. But also really curious to see what PiG spawns at. And then it is... Oh, we have the same matchup here.
Alright, in the top left, winning an incredible ZVZ, one of the fastest, most crazy games I've had the pleasure of casting in my life. Looking to take it 3-1 and get a decisive lead, it is Starkiller.
Alright, and spawning at the bottom right. Looking to tie it up. He is the pink Zerg. He loves his bacon. It is PiG.
So a 12 pool from PiG.
Yeah, he's
this
not
isn't
playing.
like the kind of 13-12 that goes all in. This is more of a put on some heavy pressure type of build. But Starkiller, again, going for that fast pool, which really blunts the effectiveness of that 12 pool. The idea of the 12 pool is generally your opponent goes hatch first and you try and deny that hatchery. Stop it from ever going up.
Yeah, but this sneaky little drone from PiG is going to the side for some reason. I think he might be going for a drone, spine crawler with the links.
Ooh, that would be really interesting, actually. Oh my.
Yeah, he's trying to dodge the overlords.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that drone would be out there.
And oh man, the second overlord might see it though.
He's pulling the drones. PiG's pulling the drones.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is madness, absolute madness coming new from a Freaker TV.
And the overlord does not even sees this. This is gonna catch Starkiller by surprise. But he went for a fast pull, so he knows this.
Starkiller's like, what the hell? He knows. He knows. And here comes all these drones, all these links, and Starkiller's gonna be like, what the hell, man? I thought we were friends. There's still enough money for 2 spine crawlers to go up, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Time is on PiG's side. It's not what you normally expect with an all-in like this. Starkiller does the drone drill. Oh my god, that's a beautiful driller. 2 lings already attacking those spine crawlers. And oh my, wow, Starkiller just makes this look oh my god.
Oh wow, that was so quick.
That just looked effortless from Starkiller, but let me tell you that is actually very, very hard to do.
Yeah, but I think Starkiller with his really fast pool opening, I think it just,
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
cheese like that doesn't work as well against him.
Absolutely. Yeah, if he didn't have those lings, it could have turned out very, very differently.
Yeah, and Starkiller all of a sudden up 3-1, 2 games away from winning this.
Yeah. I do hope Pig has the opportunity to come back, though. My own prediction for this series was 5-3 in Starkiller's favor.
That's a
I don't really know who
possibility.
to cheer for because Starkiller's, he's in my clan. I kind of got to cheer for him, but Pigman's also the Aussie, and I really like his stream. So I kind of want both of them to win, but unfortunately, there can be only one winner.
All
Well,
right.
that's not true. Everyone who gets to watch this series is a winner in their,
Yeah.
in their own right.
I mean, both players,
But-
even if they win or lose, they still go home with some money, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, that's true. Even the loser gets like $30 or so.
Yeah.
Put it this way, we've had some 60-40 show matches before for $50. The loser of this show match will come out with more than the winner of some of our other show matches. That's how big this prize pool is. People are really excited for this match, and I'm glad.
Yeah, currently sitting at $106.15 as the total prize pool.
Yeah, people should be excited. It's a great series so far. It's everything we'd hoped that it would be.
All right,
Parasite.
LE.
And interestingly enough, I'm not sure if Phoenix Tears actually picked this map or if Pig picked it, but I didn't think he said anything. So I guess we're just going through the maps in order.
Yeah, I think Pig said he didn't really care about which maps was played on, so
Yeah, I think we're just picking the top map on the list of maps in the ladder pool that we haven't played yet as Pig's map.
yeah.
All right, in the top left, down 3-1, but looking to gain redemption. Playing the race that won him the one game he's won so far. It is the Pink Terran. It is Pig.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our blue Zerg player, teal Zerg player. He is none other than Starkiller.
So, Pig won his previous TVZ. He did it pretty well against Starkiller's aggression. This is a much larger map. Typical wisdom says it's better for Zerg, because Zerg can just sit back, defend, and throw off everything. Ah, there you go.
There we go.
Full first every game versus random, Starkiller
Oh,
says.
he's pulling some mind
Then
games.
takes a hatch.
Oh, Starkiller.
And because no, not my brightest idea. I guess it wasn't. But Starkiller, just as a pattern's been explicitly mentioned, he decides to break the pattern.
Oh, I love this.
Good thing this isn't Kespor. They would both be banned for life at this point. That would probably have worked if you picked Zerg, though. So if Pig had decided to play Zerg for the series, that all in probably would have worked, because that's when Starkiller would have gone hatch first.
Yeah, oh, Starkiller going for a really quick third. He is pulling the mind games 100% here.
Oh, he is a strange guy. Starkiller is.
Yeah, I love this trash talk. Actually, before the series, they were kind of trash talking each other on Twitter.
Oh yeah, all in good fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think it was a case of Pig said he was gonna. I can't remember which one, but I think it was Pig said he was gonna 4-0. Starkiller said, "Well, then I can reverse sweep because it's actually a best of 9."
Ah, yeah.
Pig was saying, "Well, oh, best of 9, great. 5-0 sounds better than 4-0, but it's not going to be a 5-0, so there is at least that."
Love all this.
And what I
friendly
was saying
banter.
before was that Parasite is a large map, so it's generally good for Zerg, because Zerg can just stay back, be defensive, throw off everything that Terran can do. But that doesn't really seem like Starkiller's style, so I'm really interested to see if he decides to leverage the map's defensive capabilities or if he wants to get some more aggression done. So far, it looks like he's playing a pretty macro-intensive game, going for a fast 3 hatcheries. Which is also like a bit of a mind game, as we mentioned before. This Reaper getting some good damage done again. These queens just seem... the queens are delayed because this was the very fast 3 hatch.
Yep.
So I don't know if we'll get any drones killed, but we'll at least get some very strong mining time lost, and a lot of spores needed to be made and cancelled, which costs about a third of a drone, or about 36% of a drone.
Yeah, but
Plus lost mining.
so far, so good for Starkiller. Really nice micro there, saving all the drones.
Yeah, so I'd say it really costs about half a drone when all's said and done. When you consider the lost mining time and such. So every spore you force, so he's basically done the equivalent of killing a drone, which is not terrible.
Yeah. Now Pig rather. He did scout the third base, so let's see what how he responds to this. He knows that the Starkiller went for a really greedy opening, but he needs to punish this.
Yeah, looks like he's decided to go for the same opening as before, though we'll see if he wants to do the Cyclones again. He's going for Hellions. Looks like he's... I don't know if he's going to go Banshee this time, or he's just threatening Banshee, because he didn't actually make any Banshees last time.
Yeah, same opener it seems.
Yeah, going for the Viking, going for the Hellions. Pretty standard, stock standard TVZ fare. Wonder how long that will stick around. A few Lings being made by Starkiller to fend off these Hellions. And Pig's just going to snipe a few of these Lings and back off.
Yeah, remember the first time around, Pig actually got a lot of drone kills with his Hellions.
Oh yeah, he got like 8 or 9 of them, I think, and he really was able to leverage that later on. And he's going after this third base, and there's not much. Oh, the Lings are here, and the Lings do come in, but 2 drones already go down, and no damage on these Hellions. Roach Warren on the way, 9 drones being made as well. Pig's going for those 2 Cyclones again.
Interesting.
So he's going for a third command center, so he's not going all in by any means, but it looks like he does want to put on some pressure with those Cyclones. I think he wants to force Roaches out of Starkiller and then use those Cyclones to attack those Roaches.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Liberator again. Will we see the armory? This seems to be just how Pig likes to play TVZ.
Must be a build that he's been practicing a lot these days.
Must have been. I don't think that's what he used against Biowise. I think he did more of a Maru style marine tank kind of push, but Pig's definitely a guy with a lot of range. And a few Lings are going to get sniped down, and a lot of Lings on the way. Oh, he has to close that wall. He has to close it right now.
Wow,
He
just
does.
in time. But he stops.
He's going to lose this SCV. Oh, it was like 2 seconds away from, it was like half a second away from finishing, but in the meantime, the Hellions and Cyclones moving across the map. Oh my god, this is going to be so close either way. He needs to repair that command center, but he goes in with the Cyclones and Hellions. He's going to use the Cyclones to take out these Queens. He's going to try and take out these Roaches as well. In the meantime, the Natural is busted down. Starkiller is through. Both sides do tremendous damage to each other. Pig is forced to retreat out of his natural base while he steps into the natural base of Starkiller. Cyclones coming forward, Hellions coming forward. Both sides' naturals are going to get devastated, but in the meantime, all these Lings are going to get cleaned up in the end by these Lings. So many SCVs going down. The Hellions and Cyclones are still alive. Hellions almost going down, only 2 Hellions left alive. Roaches coming in to try and take out these Cyclones, and they will clean it up in the end, but who will end up the victor when the dust settles? It looks like it is Pig economically, but there's a ton of Roaches on the way. This Viking is actually going to get taken out as well. There is a ton of Roaches for Starkiller, and they are unanswered by anything on the map for Pig right now, and he's going to move across the map to try and get some pressure done. Oh my god.
Wow, what a crazy...
I didn't know I could talk that. I did not know I could talk that fast.
They're pretty good, man.
They're really pressuring us as casters, that's for sure. Not just pressuring each other, pressing us as well.
Oh man, these Roaches, 34 army supply to 14 army supply, so this is going to be pretty scary. What does Pig even have? He only has a bunch of Marines, which doesn't really do much against Roaches.
And here come the Roach Ravagers. I think this command center might actually get denied again.
Yeah.
I think Starkiller actually turns out to be the one who's coming out ahead of this whole thing. Oh, but there is the Liberator. But oh no, the Ravagers. Boom. Bye-bye. There is a bunker and a siege tank, so that will help. But if these Ravagers... Oh, there's actually 1 Ravager goes down. That's huge. Because 2 Ravagers cannot one-shot a siege tank, but I guess he can just, step forward. Okay, that works. I think Pig might hold this, but he's going to take a lot of damage. He doesn't have a third base. Third base is not even anywhere near on the way, and all these depots at the front of the wall are forfeit to Starkiller in a great position right now.
For sure, especially killing that tank. That's going to lower the tank count, so it'll be harder for him to mess them up. And here we go, more supply depots going down. Supply blocking Pig.
Oh, I swear I auto-repaired. He thought he was auto-repairing the command center, and that's how they got down, and GG. Oh, that's a terrible way to lose a game. And suddenly, Starkiller is on match point.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, because I knew Pig finished that command center, but I was surprised it went down.
Yeah, me too. He had a bunch of SCVs just sort of milling around there. I figured he was too busy on the other side of the map to repair, but he thought he had and hadn't. Easy to make a mistake in a game like that when both sides are doing crippling damage to each other, even for players this good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the beauty of StarCraft. There is no such thing as a perfect player.
and I'm pretty sure if Pig actually repaired that, like it would have been a different story. I think Pig would have won that game.
Oh yeah, if Starkiller hadn't busted through that natural, Pig absolutely would have been in a dominating position.
All right, so Starkiller will be going up 4-1, one game away from, winning this best of 9 series. Let's see what Pig can do to come back into this.
I really want Pig to come back. I don't want this series to end.
Yeah, same here. It's been really good so far.
It has. It's been amazing. We've seen all kinds of different things. So the one thing we haven't seen is a late game play, but I don't know if we're going to see it from these guys. Both sides just so decisive, so aggressive.
All right, we're gonna be playing the last map, which will be on blue ship, and then after this, if the series continues, then we will be resetting the map pool, so both players can.
It's 4-1 so far, so that means there's still 2 maps left to play. Blue Shift and Acid Plant.
Ah, okay, yeah. Acid Plant is the last one. I forgot about Acid.
I think it was confusing because we skipped Acid Plant in terms of the ordering, because Blue Shift is actually the last map in terms of the order of how it's written in the ladder.
Ah, I see.
So that was probably like, oh, that must be the last map, but no, we missed Acid Plant. So did anyone ever pose guesses on the longest map in the map pool?
I actually do not know. I don't have the chat open, so I can't see, but
oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I don't really trust my internet.
Alright, looks like Pig needs to take a 1-minute break. Probably gather his thoughts. Maybe decide what he should do on blue shift. But of course he's random, so he needs to just, spawn as a certain race before he decides. And I gotta commend Pig for just like playing random and getting GM with it with all 3 races. That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still true, but at one point there were exactly two random players in the top 100 GM in NA, and
wow.
both of them were Pig.
Oh wow.
Pig and his cheese account Star-Lord.
I mean, even back then when TLO started as random, like even him, he had to decide to go and main as Zerg because you can't really find much success as a pro player playing all 3 races as random. So
that's probably the main reason that Pig doesn't really compete these days. I think.
Yeah.
I think if you were to compete in the WCS qualifiers and such, he might get frustrated at the limitations of random. But if he's just a streamer and playing in some show matches and such, then he can go ahead and do that. And I think he's a lot more entertaining as a random player than he would be as just a Zerg player.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really like Pig because he's kind of the ultimate StarCraft personnel in the StarCraft community, because he not only does he cast, he also plays, streams, and then also coach. He does a lot of things for the StarCraft 2 community, which I love.
Oh yeah, not to mention having a community clan, which is a very popular and strong clan.
Yeah.
Taste the bacon.
When I first heard the clan name Taste the Bacon, I was like, what? People love bacons, I guess. But then I just realized it was a clan dedicated to Pig, which made it all understandable.
Now she just have to wait for Pig to return and see if he manages to come back from this on Blue Shift. Blue Shift, another pretty short map.
I mean, Pig will have to basically reverse the kill. And we'll just win 4 straight to actually win this show match. So, big task ahead of him. Is it possible? I'm not sure. What do you think?
I don't know. I would like to see him at least win a couple more games in order to make my prediction of 5-3 come true, but actually winning from here seems like it would be a very, very tall order.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he actually took that few minutes break to actually kind of had to find his way out of his tilt factory. So I guess he was a bit heated after that loss. Just needed a few minutes to cool down before he starts his next game. So hopefully his mind is set right now and he can.
I'm actually very impressed at Starkiller for that. I don't think I've ever seen PiG actually angry.
I know, right?
I've seen his stream a lot, and he's like the chillest guy imaginable.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy.
Actually, like, even slightly tilt PiG to the point we needed to just take a break and take a minute or two. That's something special. It's not easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see if PiG can come back. I want to believe. I want to believe that he's got his mindset in the right place and that he can take this. All right, in the bottom left, spawning as the Pink Zerg, representing PsiX, looking to take this series 5-1 in a decisive fashion. On match point, it is Starkiller.
And spawning at the top right, we have our pink Terran player from Pigpan, hoping to turn this all around. It is PiG.
And Starkiller is going for a very, very fast scout towards the random space. I wonder if he thinks that PiG might go for a cheese, actually.
Yeah. Because we haven't seen him do it.
He went for fast 3 actually last game, also he knows that PiG was a little bit upset at the repair and how he lost that last game when probably should have won it if he hadn't made that little mistake. So he's going to go and see what race his opponent is and get some early harass done with that drone. Oh, the drone's stuck. It does do the mineral walk out of there. Imagine how different this game would be without mineral walk.
Oh, I think, yeah, it looks like he actually went for an early scout just to make sure he has his hatchery put down safely, because he's not actually going for that what he went for before, where he went for fast pool and gas. Yeah,
he's going for a more standard opening. And the SCV Conga line is like, we must get this drone, and they do.
Poor drone.
That's a team effort right there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A Conga line of every SCV getting like their tag in. He did try, but 4 against 1. In the end, they cornered him.
Yep, the numbers prevailed.
Like foxes chasing a hound. Only the foxes have drills. That's why StarCraft is better than real life. And we're going to see the fast 2-minute third hatch again.
Yeah, so pretty much going for the same thing last game.
So I'll be interested in seeing how this one goes. We've had two TVZs so far. First one, PiG won. The second one he lost, but to a mistake that I don't know if he's going to repeat again. I think PiG's chances in this TVZ is actually pretty good.
We shall see. It looks like the first Reaper will be going into the natural. No drones there for him to harass. So we'll head to the main there.
Yeah, and again, we don't have any queens this early. So he's going to probably not get any drones, but at least deny this. Oh, wait, they're not turning into spores?
Oh.
One of them goes down just fast enough. And will we get a second drone? That is the question. No, this queen's just finishing now. Oh my god. Good block of that Reaper. Gets it down. One drone down, but both of them starting to talk more and more as the series goes on. Both of them swinging at each other with their... not just with their game, but with their mouth as well. With their hands. Keyboards.
Yeah, looks like PiG going for that same build, and Starkiller sees this. He scouts this with the Overlord, and will be able to actually fly away safely.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think the build did just fine for PiG in both those other 2 games.
Yeah, I have to agree.
The build was not the problem.
All right, first
so we're going to see these Hellions move out. Same with the 4 Lings, but it looks like the Hellions are going to retreat. But the Overlord must have seen the Hellions move out, and the Lings are like, yep, let's just hide ourselves. Oh, that's actually really clever.
Nice.
Hiding those Lings, wait for the Hellions to... Oh, no. He was waiting for the Hellions to pass by, but the Hellions never did. So, that didn't work. Clever idea from Starkiller, didn't quite work out in reality. Meanwhile, will we see another Viking? Yes, we will.
Yep,
PiG actually very slightly supply blocked. 4 Hellions moving across the map, but in the meantime we do have Zerglings going across the map to try and attack this weak, largely undefended natural, but it does have 2 more Hellions there now, so it's not undefended at all. And in the meantime, there's actually very little defense here at the natural, but there is a Queen, there is a few Lings, so those Lings will go down. There's no defense at the 3rd base, but there's only a couple of drones there, so it's not really worth it. Oh, but these Queens are actually out of position. Those Hellions might have been able to die. Oh, but those Zerglings actually get into the main base, but those Hellions, well microed, won't let anything actually happen. And we might see one SCV go down. No, actually not quite. Good defense by Pig. He has his 6 Hellions. He's got his Viking. In the meantime, 2 Cyclones again. And a Liberator.
Oh,
Same build.
But there's much more links coming across the map. Pig needs to wall this off. Oh yeah, but the 6 Hellions, so he would be safe.
Oh, but they're moving out. The 6 Hellions are moving out.
But he walled off, so I think he should be okay.
He's got his Cyclones, which don't do a ton of damage to Zerglings, but should do enough to at least keep this CC from going down. I hope.
Oh no,
it's not a wall!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is the worst feeling in the world playing against a Zerg player. It's like you could have sworn that was a tight wall, but the Cyclones are enough to hold this, and the Hellions are actually moving back when they probably shouldn't be. There's nothing there. But I guess he wants to link up with the Cyclones and Hellions, and now the Liberator is going to go out, get some pressure done, and it looks like we'll finally see this attack actually get pulled off as intended. But Starkiller already at 50 drones. Pig will definitely want to get some damage done.
Oh, but the Roach Warrior...
And we have the Hellbats. I didn't even see the armor get made.
Oh yeah, me too. Okay, this is going to be a pretty scary attack.
Yeah, we have Roaches on the way, but it's mostly just Lings and Queens, and you know what? Lings do not go well against Hellbats. Oh, but good attack surrounding those Cyclones, actually. Beautiful move by Starkiller, but actually, it might not be enough. A lot of these Hellbats and Cyclones are so low, but these Zerglings are going to go down. The Liberator on the main, they've landed Viking at the 3rd. So many drones! Will the Hellbats get them? 6 drones go down. So close to more. Oh my god, that's playing with fire. That's not just playing with fire, that's like dancing on a tightrope above molten lava. But Starkiller will hold, but he does lose 7 workers. The question is, will the counterattack be as impressive as it was last time?
But the Liberator at the main base got the
11
more additional
kills.
Drones. Wow.
And he's even going to get away. Wow. Good attack by Pig. And this time, he's got his 3rd command center finished. He doesn't have non-repairing SCBs, and is natural. But he doesn't really have much of an army, again like last time. He does have Siege Tank this time around. And he's got a Liberator here. Just getting a Ling. Perfect. Beautiful move. That's practically the game right there. And here comes the Medivac. So it looks like Starkiller is just going to continue to macro up, get double Evo. Again, his upgrade's going to be significantly behind the Terran. Though maybe not quite as far, but about as far behind as they were last game. And the last time Pig and Starkiller got into more of a macro TVZ, Pig, he leveraged his upgrade lead to win. We might see exactly that this time.
Now Pig establishing his 3rd, so you will be mining from that, his macro rolling. And then we'll see him maybe attack pretty soon.
Yeah, Pig's got a lot of money in the bank as well, so I think he's going to throw in some more production and start exploding in that army very soon. Going for more of a marine tank style, which is sort of a more classic style, though. We do see Roaches out of Starkiller. This is not a style you see very often. That Roach-heavy, Roach Ravager style in ZVT, but Starkiller seems to prefer it as his style du jour.
Yeah, I mean, I think, some players, you prefer, even as a Protoss player, you prefer certain units compared to others.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Archon drops are popular, and I actually don't do them a lot.
Yeah, or even Colossus or Disruptors. Like, some people like Colossus better, some people like Disruptor better.
That's very much true, and we will get a Queen. And actually, these Marines are kind of trapped, actually. Oh, wow. Oh, and this Medivac is actually going to die, I think. No, oh my god, that's so close. Whew, bit of an overextension by Pig, and Starkiller has a 40 supply lead now. He's getting more and more Roaches. He's going to go for that same attack as last time. On Lost and Found, interestingly enough, the maps are even almost identical, because Lost and Found's 4-base sort of layout, that kind of night move type thing, is a lot like Lost and Found. So we're going to see a pretty similar fight. Will we see it rinse and repeat? Because I think Starkiller was in a slightly better position this time, but Pig does have the tanks. They are ready. They are well spread out.
Oh yeah, Roach speed and +1/1 about to finish. Not yet though, and Starkiller needs to wait for that to engage.
2 more seconds. 1-1 is done for Pig as well, but 2-2 is a long way off. Unlike last time, there's no way Starkiller is ever going to be 4 upgrades behind in this game. And we do see Roaches and Ravagers breaking down these rocks. They're going to try and move around these tanks. Meanwhile, Pig going for a drop, which I think is a very bold move. Perhaps too bold.
Oh, but siege tanks aren't sieged up, and these
They are
roaches
sieging now, but here comes the Roaches and Ravagers. Are these siege tanks a little too clumped up? I think they are, and all of these siege tanks are going to go down, and oh man, I think Starkiller might have just done it. He's broken through. Another tank is going to go down. I think this is going to be the end of the series, folks.
Oh man, it's gonna be pretty close here, but yeah, looks like there's not much army for Pig.
So many SCVs are going down, 19 SCVs going down. It's probably going to be about 30 in another 5 seconds or so. Pig is down 60 supply. Starkiller's attack more decisive than it was in the previous TVZ they played. The last tank goes down, and that's going to be it. Starkiller is going to take this series 5-1. It looked very close, but then Pig just Starkiller just got the upper hand, and I think that one mistake by Pig with the repair really turned the tide of that whole series. Could have been 3-2. He could have been in a much better position mentally, but in the end, Starkiller just proves triumphant.
Yeah, I mean, Pig did hold that off.
But at what cost?
Yeah, 32 SCVs going down. Oh, that is tough.
I think Pig is going to go for a 2-2 timing, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is his one chance to win this game. He is very behind in army, but he will have 2-2 against just a Roach Ravager force. In the meantime, all of these Roaches charging in for a counterattack, and Pig is forced to turn around, which is exactly the last thing he wants to do. Could he even catch these tanks? I think he might. I know the tanks retreating, but even all these Roaches are just too much without the siege. And
the siege is too late.
He's going to destroy all of this, and that's just going to be it. That was Pig's last stand, and he didn't even make it to the battlefield. A lot of stimmed bio, but I just don't think that's going to be enough right now. 7 Ravagers on the way. The nail in the coffin is coming. Starkiller has double the workers. He's got almost double the army supply. The upgrades are the only thing Pig has going for him, but in the end it doesn't matter how many upgrades you've got if you just don't have enough units. Pig will try and defend this third to his last breath, but can he do it? This factory goes down before the tank gets pulled. It's just one tank at a time now. A tank is shelling down at the Roaches and Ravagers. It's down to 27 workers, 70 supply for Pig, and the last tank goes down once again. I feel like I'm saying that over and over again, and the last tank goes down. That's pretty much the story of this game.
Yeah, pretty much. Got it.
And Starkiller, rinse, repeat, making 20 Roaches go in again.
Oh my god.
Every time this fight happens, it happens the same way, but Pig has a little less and a little less. Down to 27 workers now instead of 33. And here comes Starkiller.
Gotta commend Pig for trying to hold on, but this force is gonna be pretty strong here.
He's doing his best, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough. There are a lot of marauders and such now. Starkiller is charging forward. There's a lot of damage on that stim bio, but in the end, there's just so many Roaches. Actually, the Crucibles missed the tank, but I just
doesn't even matter.
Is Pig gonna hold again? Actually, Starkiller files some of his own units. Pig's resilience is truly astounding here. He's gonna send this back yet again, but Starkiller has time on his side, and Pig is unable to go over to the other side of the map and get damage done. He's taking a 5th base. Is Starkiller. Starkiller has a 4th base. It's now fully saturated. Meanwhile, Pig is just struggling to hold on to this 3rd.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit of a drop, but there's just too much Roaches spread across for him to even do damage with that medevac drop.
Yeah, and more Ravagers on the way. I think Starkiller is going to, again, continue to rinse and repeat, continue to attack. Liberator is on the way. And that medevac is forced to retreat. Let's go after this 5th base, but I don't think it's going to get it.
Yeah, in the meantime, look at that Congo line of Roaches going across the map.
That's so many. Actually, only 2 Ravagers go back to defend, and that's not going to be enough. So these Ravagers are going to go down, but in the meantime, that's not the real story here. The real story is the attack on the natural base. There's a lot of Marauders. There's a tank. There's 2 tanks, actually. Starkiller charging on forward. Actually, this could actually turn out pretty badly for Starkiller. He's not trading very efficiently at all, and only one of the tanks go down. So Pig continues to hold, but I don't know if can he recover at this point. Actually, that hatchery almost goes down, but not quite. And there's enough Roaches there to defend. Pig tries to drop, but won't be able to quite do that.
You know
what?
what?
Actually going to get transfused.
All this time we've been counting out Pig, but you know, if the game goes on, he is upgrades plus 222, while Starkiller is plus 1-1. So maybe, I mean, it's a slight chance, but maybe you can pull it back.
Well, if Starkiller continues to go with Roach Ravager and PiG continues to defend it, but at the same time, I'm really more worried about the 60 workers to 30 here.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
If they were on even economies, I'd say that Starkiller would eventually win through, but PiG just doesn't have the workers to make that maxed out 150 plus
He
force.
takes this hatchery down, which is pretty nice.
He does.
Nice win.
If PiG had the economy to make like 150 plus supply of this army, I'd say that no amount of Roach and Ravagers can do it. But as it is, Starkiller is keeping PiG's army small enough that it works.
Oh, yeah.
3-3 is on the way, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to get there fast enough. Plus 2 missiles is on the way for Starkiller. And we'll have to see what PiG can do. Stims forward, actually, to isolate some of the works. Gets a bit of a trade. So if PiG could just somehow get up to like 140, 150 supply, and Starkiller chooses not to transition out of this, PiG does have a shot in this game. I just don't know if it's a pretty big if.
Yeah, big if.
PiG is up to 4 tanks now. And they're very well positioned, so it's starting to get to the point where this Roach Ravager force can't really do much. Is Starkiller getting too over-eager? Is he committing too heavily to this?
Yeah, I feel like he needs to transition out of Roach Ravagers, like get into high-tech or something.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why he doesn't want to. The game looked so over. So many times. Actually, he catches one of the siege tanks. But PiG replaces it. PiG is actually up to 120 supply. He's actually starting to perhaps claw his way back.
Yeah, but that's still 30. There's still 30 worker difference, which is pretty tough to overcome.
Yeah,
so
the income is just so strong for Starkiller. The units lost is heavily in PiG's favor, but not heavily enough for the economy they both have. And this Stim Bio, it's Stim Bio. You know, it's Roaches and Ravagers can't fight it for long, and PiG is actually starting to throw this back.
yeah, I mean the upgrade is still heavily in favor of PiG, so he can.
And he's gonna have 3-3. He might actually have one last attack.
Yeah.
Could he possibly do it? The very fact that we're even discussing this is incredible.
That
this
would
game
be insane.
was over like 10 minutes ago.
I know, right?
And PiG is still fighting back. It's going to be 3-3 and plus 2 weapons against 2-2. So it's going to be 4 tanks for PiG. He's not at that like 150 sort of supply, which is what he wants to be able to really fend off this Roach Ravager. Oh, Starkiller has actually gotten around him. But PiG is really trying for this. He's going to snipe some of these Roaches and Ravagers to get caught out from the rest of the... Oh, good corrosive balls.
But in the meantime, he did take one of the hatcheries of Starkillers. So if he can clean this up, maybe...
This Stim Bio is actually winning the fight without the tanks. Oh my god! Starkiller is still making Roach Ravager, and suddenly PiG, if he can get his tanks in the right position, he might have the edge.
Oh, but a lot of SCVs went down. He's down to 14 workers. I think that might be too hard to overcome.
PiG has to go. He has to go right now. This is his one chance to win this game. And he's got 3-3. He's got 4 tanks. He might be able to do this. Starkiller has only Roaches and Ravagers.
Alright. It's going to be tough going up a concave like that.
Trying to push up this ramp. Starkiller has to hold here. If he does, he wins the game. But PiG is going for one last stand. Well, more like a third or fourth last stand at this point. But Starkiller is just moving forward and sniping at tanks because he knows this is the last chance for PiG. He doesn't care if he trades inefficiently. PiG has 9 workers left. And it's those tanks that PiG needs. He's got a lot of Stim Bio, but here come the tanks. The tanks are doing a lot of damage. The Stim Bio coming forward, dodging the corrosive bars. There's so many Ravagers, but I just don't think it's quite enough for PiG. He's going to take out this army, I think, but Starkiller's just continuing to make more and more. It's 43 supply for PiG. He's moving forward. He's going to take out the rest of these Roaches and Ravagers, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. There's only so few units left. And PiG with a valiant comeback effort, but Starkiller has finally thrown this back for the last time.
Yeah, down to 6 workers. I know mules are good, but they're not that good, you know.
Some people in Twitch chat might beg to differ, but we know.
Yeah, we know.
Pig's going for one last attack. He's really, truly held on for far longer than really anyone has a right to. But I think this is finally going to be the end of this game.
Yeah.
Starkiller has 4 times the supply. I guess sticking with Roach Ravager was the right call after all.
Yeah. I guess just need to get Roach Ravagers and you're good to go.
Just keep on, just never let the Terran go above 35 SCVs. It's so easy. Come on.
Yeah, you could get GM with that.
Get
All right.
5700 with that.
Oh, looks like Pig is gonna catch a bit of his army out of position, but there's just too much roaches here.
Even this little bit of the army is enough to fend off what Pig has. And siege tanks actually get worse and worse the smaller the army's getting away.
Oh, and this around. Ooh.
And that's gonna be the final. That's gonna be it. Starkiller's gonna move across the map. And I can't imagine Pig holding this one. He's got 35 army supply to 122. He's got the great upgrades, but he's got no units to spend them on.
Yep.
And Pig doesn't want to leave the game. He doesn't want to accept that essentially he lost a lot because of that just repair mistake. But unfortunately, Starkiller was just better.
And right now, Starkiller going for the killing blow.
He's taking out every last one of Pig's SCVs. Pig is down to 0 SCVs.
Ah, 0 SCVs.
That's not many SCVs.
Yeah. That's one more than -1.
It is in fact about as few SCVs as one could get down to. GG, well played, says Pig. And Starkiller will take the series 5-1.
Wow. Congrats to Starkiller. I mean, even though it was 5-1, I still feel like, you know, that was pretty even series, despite, you know, the results.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Great to cast this one. Shame about that thing in Game 5, but in the end, Starkiller still would have been 4-2 up without that, and Starkiller was the better player on the day.
Yeah, for sure.
So sometimes that's StarCraft.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the games as much as we did. Have any last words before we wrap this up?
Do check us out both here on Afrika and on twitch.tv/PsiX Aftermath. We've got loads of events coming for you guys. We try to run one of these show matches every week or two as well as having a lot of claymores and such on our Twitch stream. So do check it out. And if you want to get appraised on new events, feel free to join the PsiX Aftermath Discord. It is in fact linked on our Twitter, I believe.
Yeah. Last fact of the matter is the prize pool actually ended in $106.15. So first place winner, which is Starkiller, will take home $74.31, while Pig doesn't go home empty-handed. He actually takes $31.85. So well done by both players. And
still not a bad hour and a half.
yeah. All right. So this is us signing off. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are, and we'll see you guys next time.
Wow.